Hey guys, so this is a quick video to explain the day of the procedure from start to finish. So for me that was today, January the 30th, 2020. So I had a 7 o'clock check-in into the clinic. That was the start time. So I woke up here probably about 5:30. I actually kind of went down the rabbit hole of HMR Tijuana kind of clinic videos from other patients, and just to kind of refresh what I had researched in the past and kind of get set expectations for the day. I left the hotel around about 6:45. It was about a 5-minute walk to the clinic. Like I said, it's about 2 or 3 blocks from here. It's a very simple walk. Checked into the clinic at 7, and I was with one of the assistants. She had taken, she gave me forms to fill out, just your usual waiver forms, and just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect on the day. Then we took photos. I had grown my hair out to show the doctors where the recession was and how much hair I still had left. So she took photos of that. We then shaved my head. She took photos of the head shaved. And then the doctor came in and basically kind of explained the procedure and what, what was to be expected for the day's events. And then we both drew out a hairline that we both thought would work, and that was realistic with the amount of grafts that I'd be getting. We took photos of what the hairline would look like, and then we went straight into the room. So the first 2 or 3 hours was the extraction period. So I was basically face down, lying on a table for a good 2 to 3 hours whilst the doctors and the assistants were extracting the graft, sorry. The initial part was the anesthesia. That wasn't nice at all. I will definitely admit that it's not a very pleasant feeling. So I probably got around about anywhere from say 6 to 10 shots, just kind of around from side to side from the back of the head. The first couple were definitely a pinch. You don't really notice the last batch just because you're already starting to numb, which is great. And then the extraction period began. So I got around about 2,500 grafts extracted. That took me through to about lunchtime, at which point I got something to eat. Actually, lunch was provided. I had a nice kind of chicken Caesar salad type thing that was nice. It was provided by the clinic. And then I was back in the room by around about 12:30, 1 o'clock. From there, it was the implementing the grafts kind of stage of the day. So at that point I was lying on my back with my head up, and then they were implementing the graft, the follicles in the front of my head, which you can see now. So that took about 3 or 4 hours. Again, they were had to numb the front of the head and the temples as well. But I mean, overall, it was a relatively painless, kind of comfortable experience. I'm not in pain right now. I feel good. There's a little bit of swelling, obviously, from the anesthesia draining, but for the most part, it's definitely tolerable. And so I wouldn't be too worried about it hurting a lot. It definitely looks worse than it feels. If that makes you feel any better. Once the day was all wrapped up in terms of the surgery, we went into the office and I was explained post-surgery procedure, how to look after your grafts and what to do and what not to do over the coming 2 to 3 weeks. We also sorted out payment. So I had basically paid by credit card. So I definitely alerted my bank prior to coming down here that there would be this charge, that everything was approved there and then. And I was given a bunch of medicine. So you're basically given shampoos to wash your donor and recipient area with, a bunch of pills with notes on the back where and when to take them, and then you have this thermal water too, which you basically spray on yourself every 30 minutes. So I've had some dinner now. I actually just took off the bandage from the back, so I'm going to let that air out, and then I'm going to get ready for bed tonight. So I was basically told to keep upright, sleep with a neck pillow, maybe even a towel around my neck as well, so that I don't fall to the side and eventually fall on my grafts. I have noticed some blood coming out. but I'll clean that up soon. But that's basically it. It was a full day. It was a long day. I fell asleep for portions of it, but for the most part I was up for most of the surgery. But again, very little pain, very tolerable, very manageable, and looking forward to the next few days to get this healed and then eventually start scabbing over so we can start seeing some results. All right, any questions, queries, put them in the comments and I'll definitely respond. Thanks.